Tristan. We're good. Welcome. Welcome everybody here in person, and welcome to everybody joining us online to the November Anime Detour staff meeting. We'll go ahead and get started here. We have ATC. Tristan, do you want to do partner announcements for Anime Twin Cities? Forgive him, it's his first time.
Hello, so not a whole heck of a lot new with ATC from the last month. We still have the same positions open. Those would be secretary, a couple members at large, treasurer, SOS, charities, communities, as far as our open positions. So we are still definitely looking for anybody that is interested in filling those positions. Please do reach out to us if you have any questions about it even. That is atcboard@animetwincities.org. There is one little bit of news, though. Our partner here at GPS has chosen that they are going to be leaving the Waterbury. They are going to be moving out of here at the end of January. So please do keep an eye at the board and other levels on how we are going to be conducting meetings going forward. We did just find this out a couple of days ago, so we haven't had a chance to sit down and have those discussions yet. But that will be as of the end of January is when they are going to be leaving the space. That is really all we got on the plate at this moment. Does anybody have any questions? All right. Again, email us if you got anything. We'll be around. Thank you.
Thank you, Tristan. Okay. We'll move into, still have a few open vacancies at the Anime Detour department head level. They will be open just for a little bit. We are doing some interviews for the reservations department head position as well as the video game department head position. If you are interested, you can get your letter of interest in to 80_applications at Anime Detour, and we'll be setting up interviews and closing those positions and looking at moving forward and filling those. We'll move on to department updates. We have just a few of those. So I know that video gaming, they're working with their vendors and sort of finalizing things with those, moving forward, sort of what that room will start to look like for 2023. Let's see. Tech, sort of a repeat from the last couple of months. If you have any tech requests, could be things like gaffer tape, pipe and drape, things like that, extension cords, things of that nature. If you have anything like that that you need for your department, please submit those to tech before the end of the year, so before December 31st. If you have a question as to whether or not it is actually a tech request, please contact Tristan or the tech department and find out. If you don't have that tech request in by December 31st, you probably might find yourself denied if you submit it afterwards, unless it is an emergency, and then it would need to be approved not only by the tech department head, which is Tristan, but also one or both of the vice chairs involved over those departments. So please get those submitted. Moving on to volunteers. If you are a department head, you should have seen the email from Hope in the volunteers department looking for volunteers. Please read over that email. If you need volunteers to help in some fashion in your department, please get that information out to the volunteers department by, January 31st. Go ahead and take the time that you need to look that over and determine your, what is it, Hope? Fluffy dreams and... Yes. So take a look, see what you need for your department, make sure you get that submitted. It creates a large difficulty towards con and at con if you decide you need volunteers and have not let volunteers know. It's can be very close to impossible to achieve that. So let them know so they know what sort of things to put into their scheduling, so when volunteers come up to them, they are able to try to send them your way. So again, department heads, take a look at that. Send volunteers your needs by January 31st. For the Concom department, radio requests will also be due by December 31st. So if your department is going to be in need of radio or radios, please request those from the Concom department by December 31st. They will also be sending out the radio training again. They will open that December 1st, and that will be open until March 23rd. It is self-grading. You will need to have 100% to pass. You can just continue to take it and take it as many times as you need to get 100%. So that is it for radios. If you have any questions on that, you can contact the Concom department. For programming, panels are open. Please submit panels. If you aren't aware, many staff do conduct panels and stuff like that throughout their time attending Anime Detour. So if you have an idea for a panel and things like that, feel free to jump out there and submit your ideas for panels. Additionally, along those lines, if you would like to, or you know of anyone who would be interested in running karaoke, please let the programming department know. And the programming department will be announcing the acts soon. ACTS. None of you are getting let go. So, photo. The photo department is working on continuing to build out their team and working on the expectations for the photo team as far as internally and externally what that will look like. That is it for department updates. As far as sort of some general updates, we were busy in the last month with ambassador stuff. A number of us went out to, we went a lot of places, Matt and I. It's an idea for a terrible buddy show. We went out to Twin Cities Con. We had a table there. We had a lot of folks come out and from Anime Detour staff. We did a staff exchange with them. Some folks, Matt and Buttons, ran some panels out there or moderated some panels. A lot of folks, Tristan, Sam, Kyle Baumgard, forgive me if I leave anybody's name out. A lot of folks were staffing out there. Like I said, we had an ambassador table out there. We also were down at Anime NebraskaCon. Very similarly, we had an ambassador table and a staff exchange down there. And then we took a week off or 2 weeks off. Then we were just out last weekend at Colossal Con in the Wisconsin Dells. And again, we had a number of folks out there on a staff exchange, and we had an ambassador table out there. So when we do those sorts of things, please keep an eye on your email. If you are not on the email list, please contact our admin department so we can make sure we have your email. If you are a department head and would like to add someone to your department email, again, contact the admin department. When we are looking for folks to help with the ambassador table, or we send out an email to the Anime Detour staff email about a staffing opportunity, a staff exchange. That's how we'll look to get a hold of folks with more information on how we can set up those staff exchanges and sort of what the different terms and perks on that are. So keep an eye on that on your email for those sorts of things. Let's see. We do have coming up in March, we'll be working with an event called the International Anime Music Festival. They have an event at the Myth, March 2nd. It's Vocaloids and things of that nature. So we will have some representatives out there talking to folks, doing some brand awareness, probably taking some registration there. Between now and then, we will be working with our social media team on doing some ticket giveaways and some contests like that, so a partnership there. Similarly, as exciting, the Girl Scouts will be back with us in 2023 at Anime Detour. Their cookie season actually ends about a week before Anime Detour, but they have received special permission to go beyond that and join us again at Anime Detour. So we're excited to be able to work with that organization as well, and we'll be seeing how we can continue to improve on what we were able to do with them last year, as far as whether it be placement, some additional social media engagement, as well as maybe some signage, like we do with the room party stuff around the hotel. Maybe if they want to come up on stage at opening ceremonies and speak for a few minutes, things like that, just to let people know that they're there. We did talk about a few of them at the leadership meeting that we had prior to this. We do try to schedule those every other month throughout the cycle with department heads or sub-heads, kind of talk about developments and any questions that might come up for them and get that feedback. But we also want to make sure that we're letting you guys know where we're at on certain things, so that if you guys have feedback here or later, you can send us emails. We're looking at ways to start incorporating press passes and or photo passes, and what sort of things that would look like in terms of a vetting process, a limited number, an application process. So we'll be working with the executive team and obviously with Amanda, our photo head, on how to do rollout and get those things sort of set up and engage those very particular parts of the community and start bringing them in to Detour and getting that kind of coverage. Additionally, we've had some conversations about the badge process and sort of where we felt that might have fell a little short or a lot short last year. So we're going to have some conversations with our executive team. Our executive team meets once a week, again, to kind of talk about where we're at, make sure we're following up on things and developments. What we're looking at doing for this year is just having staff just submit their registration form, and rather than go through a reimbursement process, we would just have the expectation that staff would hit that 12-hour minimum. We don't feel like there's probably a minuscule number of people that probably wouldn't hit that over the course of either the weekend. I guess hypothetically, if you didn't hit it Friday, Saturday, Sunday, you've probably helped out Thursday or Sunday, or throughout the course of the year, you've probably hit a 12-hour minimum. So rather than doing the reimbursement and creating that layer of complexity, that we just have you register and work it out that way. We're still talking about staff hotel rooms and what that would look like. Like I said, we are doing some interviews for the reservations head. As soon as we have them in place, that would be a part that we would start to engage them with, so that we aren't sort of finalizing a thing and then bringing them on and kind of shoving it onto them and saying, this is what we decided. So we want them to be part of that process as well. Essentially, that's probably about all that we have as far as updates and sort of new initiatives or new things that are sort of in the development. We did in October, right towards the end of October, we did take on an event management software. Did sign a contract with them. It's called Eventney. We did do some research on that, as well as there was a second software that we looked at. We held meetings with the executive team, as well as talked to some other events similar to ours that used it, and we incorporated obviously our IT head and essentially got the Gladiator thumbs up or thumbs down on that, because we might think it looks cool, but if it doesn't work for IT, well then it doesn't work. So that's something that we have now. Most likely it isn't something that we'd probably be able to roll out in any way, most likely until post Detour 2023. So that is about all that I have, unless Matt has anything.
So for any department heads that are out there, budgets have been pushed out. If you do not have your budget yet, please talk to me. I can get it to you. I heard that some people have not gotten it yet. I'd love to get that taken care of so you get to planning. Other than that, that's all I really have on that end right now. It's just, if you don't have budgets, I can get you your budgets today.
Outside of that, if there's, we're here. We have also started the recruiting process. We're looking to start that a little earlier, a month or so, but with the budgets and the revamping of the hotel reservation system that we needed to do with our hotel partners. I guess we can speak to that a little bit. That was almost a complete tear down and a rebuild with the Hyatt, and it seemed to work very well. I think we sold out most of the rooms within about 2 hours time, at least at the Hyatt. There are some things that it depended on, so Friday and Saturday we have full allocation of the hotel at the Hyatt, and then Thursday and Sunday we have a smaller allocation of the rooms, not the entire hotel. And so I think going forward, what we will do is increase the number of rooms that we have available to our Anime Detour room block on Thursday and Sunday. So that's something that we can improve on going forward. And so yeah, there'll be some modifications to the process that I think will help things run even smoother. But I think it ran pretty smooth this year. But between that and budgets, we did run a little later, so we started to do some recruiting engagement online. We want to continue to find those new staff. If there are any new staff here or folks that are looking to join staff or just have questions about joining staff, feel free to come up and talk to Matt or myself. We do have a number of department heads here, veteran staff, staff that have been veteran staff, vice chairs, department heads for a number of years that we can have speak to you about particular departments and things like that. So we did put that up online. Our goal is to put that up before each meeting, a little earlier, and we did already start getting some engagements via email. We're going to continue those staff exchanges, and to start, that should help us increase our numbers at con, and hopefully with the additional hotel room benefit, that'll help us lock in some additional numbers. So if there's any questions from anybody that they want to raise your hand now and we can answer. Otherwise, we'll close this portion of the meeting. Tristan, do we have anything in chat? Awesome. All right, well then I will thank everybody for coming out. If you have anything, feel free to come up and talk to Matt or I, or we can direct you to some of the veteran staff and leadership that are here with us in attendance. Thank you, everybody.